Good morning, grade 9s. Today is Thursday, March 26th. I'll put 2020 as well. I hope everyone's doing well. I know we had a bit of a day off from videos yesterday. Um, so today I kind of want to look at proportions a little bit more, but I want to look at them in terms of real life examples. And in the sheets that you have, they give us two examples, and I just want to work through those with you. So on the bottom of page 77, just going to put page 77. You'll see it there. You actually received this page yesterday, or I guess that would have been on Tuesday. It's right at the beginning of section 5-4. So this is just one of the examples. You don't necessarily have to go back and look at it. We're going to look at it right now. So it says that for $2, Gabriel can buy, can buy, yikes, 5 chocolates. How many can he buy? Can he buy, I'll spell it correctly this time, for $12? Great question. So this is one of those examples where it becomes very real life. So for $2, you can buy 5 chocolates. For $12, you can buy unknown amount of chocolates. So let's set this up as a proportion. And we'll just keep it in the same order that they tell us. So for $2, you can get 5 chocolates. So let's write that as a proportion or as a fraction. So $2 buys, and so that's going to be the top of our proportion. Buys 5 candies. Right, so we can see that we keep these ones together because $2 buys 5. So if the rate stays the same, now we have $12, and that buys, we don't know. I'll put a Y candies. I guess this is chocolates here, candies here. Yeah, same thing, same big deal. So $2 buys 5 candies or chocolates. $12 buys unknown amount of candies or chocolates. So I'll put a lot of wording here. We can reduce that wording out. We don't really need it. Let's make it a little bit more bare bones. 2 over 5 equals 12 over y. So on Tuesday we talked about the two different ways that we can use to solve a question like this. When the big problem is here, when our unknown is on the bottom. That's the major concern. So there are two ways that we can solve that. I'll quickly do both. So if you're a fan of the cross-multiply method, then let's do that really quickly. I'll put way 1. Cross-multiply method. So we have 2 over 5, 12 over y. We'll put our little circles there. Right, so 2 is with y now, so 2, and of course if it's a multiply, we have to remember that they are multiplying, so 2y or 2 times y equals 5 times 12. Perfect. So we can reduce that down here. I'll use my handy calculator. And I finally found it, so haha. I'll do this side first. 5 times 12 is 60. 2y equals 60. And we just want to get rid of that 2. So the opposite of multiplying by 2 is to, oh, let's hear it folks, divide by 2. Perfect. Divided by 2 on both sides, because what we do on one side we have to do on the other. Y equals 60 divided by 2, and if you don't know that off the top of your head, Perfect. I'll write that in. So that's one way to do it. That's the cross multiplying method. The other way, which I think is quite nice and elegant, I'll use a different colored pen. Maybe I'll switch to green. Other way to do it is the, I don't really have a good name for it. The way to, it could be the flip method. I'll call it in quotes the flip method. So we have 2 over 5 equals 12 over y. So how do we get that y out from on the bottom? Well, we could flip it because we can flip it so that it becomes on the top, and then we just have to flip the other side as well. So it becomes 5 over 2 equals y over 12. Awesome. Then we just have to get that y by itself. If it's being divided by 12, we'll just multiply by 12 on both sides. These ones will cancel out, and we're left with y equals, and then of course you'll really want your calculator for this one, 12 times 5. Carry that down. Perfect. And look at that. It's 30. It was 30 over here. Both ways work. So that's totally up to your discretion. And that's a really quick way to answer that type of question. We'll do one more example, and then I'll kind of leave you off on your own. We just have to make sure that we kind of figure out which numbers go together just up here, right? So $2 she buys 5, $12 she buys, we don't know. So the next example, it's actually just on the next page, which is page 78. Here, I'll get that to our notes here. Just slide this up a bit. So here we go, page 78. That's still in section 5.4. And I'll just call this example 2. Perfect. Okay, so Sonia needs, sorry I wrote those close together. Sonia needs 5 cups of apples for 3 pies. How many cups? How many cups of apples, blah blah blah, does she need for 4 pies? Okay, so sorry, my writing's pretty messy here. So once again, just like we did up here, we'll figure out which parts go together. So 2 and 5, 12 there, separate. So here we have 5 cups of apples for 3 pies. How many cups for 4 pies? So 5 and 3 are going to go together in our little proportion here that we're going to set up. So let's take a look at how that might look. 5 cups of apples. And I don't think I have to do a complete sentence. 5 cups of apples for 3 pies. Okay, I'll read it. For 3 pies equals, I'll do a new number, n cups of apples for 4 pies. Right on. So we put the right parts together. Needs 5 cups for 3. How many cups for 4? Perfect. So let's get some of this little language out of here, and we'll just put it right down to the numbers. Take it right to the numbers. So 5 over 3 equals n over 4. Perfect. So once again, you'll have 2 different methods for approaching this question. I'm going to just add a little bit of green to the bottom of my paper here. So I'm kind of running out of space. Okay, well, that kind of lines up. Excellent. Okay. So we used light blue for our cross multiply, so let's do that method again. So way number 1, cross multiply method. Alright, so let's write it out again. 5 over 3 equals n over 4. We'll draw our diagonals here. Okay, so 3 goes with n, becomes 3 times n, or 3n. That equals 5 goes with 4, 5 times 4. Perfect. So can we solve that now? Well, 3n equals 5 times 4. If you know off the top of your head, that's 20. Awesome. Now, let's just get that n by itself. It's being multiplied by 3. The opposite is to divide by 3 on both sides. That'll cancel out. N equals 20 divided by 3. Now, that's not going to give us a nice even number, unfortunately. It's going to be 6.666666. Okay, so 6.66, and we can put that line to say it repeats. Awesome. That's one method. That's the cross multiply method. And once again, we'll look at that other method too. I call it the flip method, which is also very nice and neat. Oh wait, let's take a look at what we have here. Is our n on the bottom? Whoa, it's not. So do we have to do the flip method? No, we can call this the old-fashioned way. Wow, here we go. Now this is the reason why I kind of like the flip method, because we only have to use any method at all if the y's on the bottom. But I mean, cross multiply still totally works, and if you get in a good habit of it, it always works, whereas we only need to use the flip method if we need it, if you kind of know what I mean. So let's take a look at the old-fashioned way, where it's really just 5 over 3 equals n over 4. N needs to be by itself for us to solve this. If it's being divided by 4, we'll do the opposite. Times by 4 on both sides. These cancel out. And really, we can just plug this into the calculator right here. So let's see, 4 times 5 gives us a number. Divide that number by 3. Boom, 6.777. Just like before. 6.66 repeater. So we did do a little bit less work on this one. So it's totally up to you which method you like better. We kind of looked at both of them on Tuesday. Make sure you watch the video if you haven't seen it. Other than that, thanks grade 9s. Hope everyone's doing well at home, and that you keep staying home and washing your hands and avoid touching your face and all that business. Thanks.